Hello again, lovely people, and welcome back to Jacobism. Today we've got a special one, and that is responsibility. Responsibility is the state or fact of having a duty to deal with or being accountable for something or someone. Before you give me a big old just imagine that mid to late 20s guy, lives with his parents, works a string of shitty job, blazes in games instead of going to the gym or reading, and blames the world for his problems. Pretty woeful, eh? Well, sadly, these people are not too hard to find. And thankfully, you clicked on this video because I'm going to share with you what they're missing. Responsibility. Not too long ago, I was that guy. Cheers, weed. But having decided to change my ways and assume some responsibility, I have never looked back since. In today's video, we're going to look at my personal experience of taking on and becoming responsible and why you must become responsible and its importance. Let's get into this. Now, in this first point, we're going to look at my personal experience of taking on more responsibilities. There was a point not too long ago where I was an irresponsible, reckless little shit and I lived a shitty life. I was a fat c***.co.uk. I spent money like water and my life was about me. However, I changed my ways and began to actually look after myself. I looked after my health, not engaging in too many financially and biologically destructive activities, and just all round got my shit together. This began to snowball, and I eventually became a landlord. I now not only have a financial responsibility, despite the temptation to not commit tax fraud, but also, more significantly, a legal duty to ensure the safety of others, such as knowing a tile won't fall and decapitate my tenant. At first, I was like, holy fuck, someone is definitely going to die. But after a while, I began to be excited by the fact of this responsibility. I was excited by the fact that the buck stops with me. And this is the crux of responsibility, which brings me on to my next point. In this second point, we're going to look at why you must become responsible and its importance. Responsibility, despite seeming otherwise, is one of the best things that can happen to you because it gives you a purpose. In my experience, upon shouldering these monotonous duties, they taught me that in life, everything is down to you. If you don't like something, you've got the fucking reins, mate. Do something about it. It gives you the empowerment to know that you can change your life. If you've got a make or break shot to shoot, who's going to take it? I would also not like to discount the spiritual responsibility you have to yourself. I now think it an appropriate time to introduce Jordan Peterson's sequel to his first book, 12 Rules for Life, 12 More Rules for Life, in which he states that the road to hell is paved not so much with good intentions, but with the adoptions of attitudes and undertaking of actions which inescapably disturb your conscience. You possess not only a duty to your physical self in the material world, but arguably more crucially to your mental and abstract state. Consistently deny and denigrate your soul, and you are promised a life of despondency and resentment. Lastly, on the personal element of responsibility, is that it is incredibly maturing. For example, if my roof falls down, it doesn't care if I've had the day from hell or I'm in the club copping a wine. I've got to drop everything, rain, sleet or snow. And I believe it to be the defining difference between a child and an adult. In contrast to the very individualistic arguments I have made for responsibility, it is also in regard to your immediate relatives and wider community. The purpose that you inherit as a result of your duty is, needed more than ever in today's world, one of selfless service to others. Before you do, though, it begins with an uncompromising duty to yourself. As Michael Jackson said, and I so often repeat, if you want to make the world a better place, you got to look in that mirror and make that. One cannot and should not be an infidel in their duties when their room is a mess, or their finances aren't in order, or they can't look in the mirror and perk the corner of their mouth in pride. Why do you think they say, when you're on a plane, to put on your mask first before helping a child's? So in this third and final point, I'm going to share with you some parting advice. So if responsibility must begin with you, how do we make sense of this? Well, It begins with cleaning your room, and I truly mean that. Get your fucking house in order, and then you can start trying to tidy others. Upon doing so, get your health right. Learn to cook, exercise effectively, and be consistent. Then sort your finances out. If you're struggling for money, ask yourself, am I working enough? If not, work more. But if so, reduce your spending. You need food, housing, transport, and perhaps some toiletries. If worse comes to worst, I had a friend at university who, despite eating pizza every day, would ask for extra tissue so that he could wipe his ass for free. Resourceful, but reprehensible. Once you have your life in order, you want the real stuff. An unrelenting duty to others. Responsible people make the world go round. They are the people that are dutiful to their family and loved ones. Though not always, they are the people who are privileged and understand the importance of giving back and helping others in greater need. It's why I'm on the interweb telling you all this. I am incredibly privileged and have had a number of unique experiences at my tender age and feel a duty to share it with others. And now it is time to end, lovely people. I hope not only that you enjoyed this video, but also it has shown you why you must, as Jordan Peterson says, notice that opportunity lurks where responsibility has been abdicated. Thank you all for watching. I wish you the best on your journey. And if you want some more voluptuous, juicy content, then hit that big fat red fucking button.